Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Vintage Story with Fish. I have Jerry the Locust with me. He used to be a bad guy and he was turned to good, so now he follows me and protects me. So let's take Jerry along. And here is where the base is in year 5. It is spring, so all fun stuff starts happening. You start to get out there and start to work on the garden, and bees are buzzing and all of that stuff. Okay, Jerry, why don't you wait there? Let's make him wait so I don't have to worry about following him. So here is my base. We have my guard towers. And it gives you a pretty good bird's eye view of the base, being able to protect it when the rifts get bad and the creatures start spawning and all this fun stuff is happening. And as usual, I have trouble getting down the ladders. So why don't we start with the house? The house, I put a wind turbine on the top. When you walk into the house here, this is the cooking area. Over here I have the fire pits and my cauldron. Over here I have the ovens. These stone bake oven, along with my powered quern and my powered mixing bowls. Alright, we come into here. And you know what, guys? Hang on. I hate to do this, but this music is just too loud. I tried to turn it up a little bit, but it just gets overpowering. I don't know how people listen to it that loud. That seems to be an acceptable level. So we come over here. We're still in the kitchen area. We have our fridge full of all of our goods that we... Oops, didn't want to do that. That we pack with ice from glaciers. Over here is all my storage, cabinets, seating area. Over here is where I keep all my meat. Similar situation. You keep the glacier ice in there as well as some fruit. And we can go into the upstairs. And in the upstairs, don't mind all my plates I have laid out on the floors here. Let's pick all this stuff up. And my sleeping area. Over here is where I have the windmill coming in and going down. I have some of my extra lanterns in here too. Alright, if we go up here, this is where the library is, but eventually I'm going to be moving this and you'll see where I'm going to be making something cool. But it gives you a nice view of the base from up here. Oh, let's go downstairs. So if we come down here, let's shut our doors. I like to keep doors shut. We come into the basement area. And in the basement, I redid this. It was very green and very drab. So this is where I have all my meat that's curing and my different liquids and apple cider, and I have milk over here somewhere. And over here is where I have my pasteurized milk and some of my perry, which is kind of fermented pear. This is vinegar. Use vinegar. This is the still. And then I put my tannery over here. So this is where I make all the leather, and I have my dyes for my different leathers and cloths. And when we go into where... Oh, that's where the shelf went to. I knew I had a shelf somewhere, and I couldn't figure out I accidentally put it there. So I have all the sausage out and cheese making and pies that I have made and different things going on. I have all my vegetables in here that I'm storing. Lots of soybeans, lots of turnips left, tons of peanuts, lots of carrots. Over here is where I have all these full of grain. This is 1024, so these are all full of grain. This one's flax. I have so much, even overspilling into here. Oh, I forgot I had these sausages. That's cooked. I'm going to take that with me because I'm going to be eating. So anyways, you get the idea. This is where I keep all my foods. I have this gate here because the villagers get in there and then they get trapped. I had this as a long, winding hallway to the downstairs, and I didn't like it, so I just made it where it was just a quick ladder to come down here, and then we come into this area. I hope there's no baddies. I don't have my armor on. I had to gate off the different areas of the cave so we don't get bad things coming in. Here he is. Jerk. Alright, got rid of him. So over here is a cave that I dug out a little bit more and made it fancy. Put some lights I found in some ruins up there. I made a monument in the middle with a, I guess you call it a reflecting pond, and chiseled out this over here for a fountain. Up here is where, I don't know, it looks like it's some kind of altar that somebody decided to stay and die on. I hear a bad guy. I hope he doesn't come out. And over here is the treasure room. So when you go into the treasure room, I have my resonator, which is a record player, plays these cylinders. I have all my fancy jewels and things out on display. Some more relics that I've gotten on my journey, some nice paintings, some butterflies caught, elk medallions, different jewels, some extra stuff. I like this one, Horus statue. Alright, so this is the downstairs, and then what I did was I made a exit to go out to the outside world. And of course it's nighttime. Well, that's okay. And there's some rifts, and it is medium rift activity. Okay, well, you see over here, this is where we have the windmills. And I'll bring into there. I just wanted to show you something really quick, really cool. I've got this collecting maple, and what it'll do is I can make that into syrup and boil it down. So in here is where I keep the forge. This is where all the powered stuff is. I've got my Helve hammer, so I can automate some steel making or iron work or metal work, whatever I'm doing. The pulverizer to pulverize different stones and things. This is all where the forges where I actually heat up the stuff. This is where I store a lot of the different types of metals and things that I have mined. Up here is where the windmills come in from the top. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, but you get the idea. It's this big room. It leads all the way up to here. And, oh, I got to eat something. It's one of the things about this game is, see, it's a good thing I grabbed this. I knew I was going to be hungry. There we go. There's some good red meat sausage. Homemade sausage. All natural. No preservatives. Just meat, fat, cheese, and salt. Okay, another cow showed up. Here is the ceramics and pottery. This is where the kilns are. So this is where I fire up all the different ceramics, and these are the different things I store it in, or all the materials in. Come over here. We have our refractory where we make our bricks, or rather, where we make our steel. So right now I have some steel that's ready to pick up here, and here's all the carbon, or the charcoal that we use. Over here is my backyard area where you see the back part of the house. I don't think I actually showed you the porch there. This is my storage slash gonna be armory. And I don't know where these guys keep on spawning. I gotta find the dark spots, but this is where I'm gonna keep all the weapons and the dummies with the armory on, and or the armor on. This is the upstairs where I store crates full of all the materials I use. I have chests full of different blocks and different building materials that I've either made or ones that I've mined or stolen from the different ruins that are out there. My all my different tools. It's my workbench where I can make all this stuff. So there's my storage slash armory. Over here is where I keep all my birdies. Ooh, a bunch of them were born. I actually threw a couple chickens in there too, so I'm curious to see what happens with all the pheasants and the chickens. That's pretty cool how further in the generations they don't get as scared of you or afraid of you. Scared, one of my 5. Here's all my pigs, which seriously need to be culled down, but I had so much meat that I didn't want to waste it, so I just let them sit here and be the best freezer and keep the meat preserved. If we come over here, this is my greenhouse. Look at that, how beautiful the sky looks through there. Here's my greenhouse with different things I'm growing. Got a lot of soybeans. Soybeans I like to press into the oil, and I can use that as for cooking. See one of my villagers in the background there. It's part of the villagers mod. There he is. He's just wandering around. Alright, and then here's our garden, which is a garden. Different things are growing. This is my bunkhouse for the villagers. I like the way it turned out. I think it looks really nice, really lived in, like you would expect like a bunkhouse to be. All right, I'm kind of taking you all over. Down here is where the honey and the bees. Let's see if they're out. Weather's too cold, not quite yet. Oh, I forgot a row of that white stone there. These are all my cows, which you can milk and make cheese out of, and I better get to this stuff soon because it's ready. It's cottage cheese, which means I can start to make it into cheese. There's more cows. So I got a lot of these too. I got a lot of animals. This is a new addition. I bought these from a trader. So these are big horn sheep. And once they get going, they'll be another good producer of milk. They are kind of jerks to deal with. They like to butt you a lot, but with their heads. Here is Gary the elk. Hey, Gary. What's up, buddy? He's all sitting in the corner lonely. Pretty soon I'm going to get him a girl. I didn't write his name in there. All right. Oh, maybe this is where they're spawning. There's a dark spot right there. So I got to put some light over here. This is Rex the dragon. What's up, Rex? How we doing, buddy? So he is a maple wing. He was my first dragon. I found his egg, and he went along and hatched. And then lightning struck, which literally lightning struck, and it produces these Stormweaver eggs. And I just left his name as Stormweaver. So this is my buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's show the people what you look like. Got him all tricked out. Made some blue blankets for him. Dyed some blue for the leather. Dyed some of it gray. Come on, buddy. Get away from the door. I got to get out. All right, let me get on. Let me get over here. There he goes. So this is his house. I'm going to be shutting the door on his tail. Hope he doesn't yelp. And this is a new addition. This is Pumpkin. Pumpkin is a female Stormweaver, and she was orange, as you'll see. So I thought this purple and orange suited her. Did similar to her, tricked her out with some really nice purple blankets. And come on, let's show the people who you are. This is her little hut. So she's equally as tricked out with stuff. She's got some nice jewels I put on her. Nice leather. She's well taken care of and well fed. All right. So I think we've been through the whole base. I think you've seen everything that is here. There's going to be some cool additions that I've been working on. Downstairs in that area is where I'm going to be building my library. So that one room you saw dug out is what I'll be working on. Of course, again, my stomach is going because when you run around, I run everywhere too, so it takes up my my energy. And there he is. So I think I'm gonna go play with Jerry here and go check out some things around the base that need to be taken care of. Thank you everybody for coming along on this tour. Please come back. I've got other videos with some adventures that I've been on. I've been having a lot of fun finding some new translocators and some other cool caves that I've been exploring with some dungeons. Uh-oh, I don't know if you see in the background there, but there is a Boltorn who's going to try to shoot some arrows at me over the fence, so hopefully he can't reach me. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Please come back, like, and subscribe.